everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Kong versus Godzilla.
When everybody hates it, we think it's okay. When everybody likes it, we gotta complain. We're quite contrary.
Thank you, and welcome to Quite Contrary, where we share our opinions about your favorite things, whether you like it or not. I'm Zach Nanimus. And if this is your first time on the Quite Contrary channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you can get notifications about future videos from Quite Contrary. Like I said before, today we are going to be talking about Kong versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Kong. It's one of those, I have a feeling that there's a movie that's coming out that I didn't know about. The thing is that today I'm alone on camera. Johnny Dim is actually here. Say hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Say hello, Johnny.
Hello, Johnny.
Thank you. He's not feeling well today, so I'm the only one on camera, and today we are doing a Quite Contrary focus group.
You said it right.
I said it right. And today he is going to be asking some questions. I am not prepared for these questions. It's going to be all off the cuff. Johnny, ask me the first question, please.
Kong versus Godzilla will start filming soon.
I was right.
So who is better? Kong or Godzilla?
I cannot believe you're asking me this. What? You know what? Qualifiers. What do you mean by best? Do you want to know who I think is going to win the fight?
That would be a fun one. Also, who historically has just made better movies?
Oh, King Kong. King Kong makes much better movies every time. Yeah. King Kong, the first one is just it's a piece of cinematic history because it was one of the not one of the first movies, but one of the best movies to use what we would consider to be pretty campy special effects. It was a big stop motion gorilla, but while it was, it at the time in the 1940s, sci-fi was a lot of schlock. And King Kong was the first one to have a lot of pathos to it. You have scenes where you have like medium shots to close-up shots on King Kong that is actually emoting, and there's pathos to it. And then you have you have the gorgeous Fay Wray, over there. It's very much the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, but then you have like the schlocky sci-fi gorilla stop motion thing, and the fact that they were able to blend these two together in something that has stood the test of time for so long, been the subject of so many remakes. All that does is just point out how impactful this story was to us. Godzilla had its own thing going on. I think that it maybe had a disadvantage from being a foreign film, where there's still not a huge foreign market in America. We outsource our movies, but they don't make a lot of money here. I'm saying foreign films don't make a lot of money here, but Godzilla, it had its own thing. It was a very interesting movie because it was about the It was about the nuclear proliferation that was going on in the 1950s and 60s, and it was very much about fear. And Godzilla was a cautionary tale about, if we're going to have all of this, nuclear technology, what do we risk? What monster are we going to unleash? And that monster, in the story is Godzilla. And it's about paranoia. And it's about how technology will consume us. Or at least military technology can consume a people. And literally, if we're not pushing the analogy enough, military technology literally comes out of the sea and eats all the Japanese people. And so it's interesting in its own way, but it just didn't have the impact, at least in America, that King Kong had. So yes, King Kong has consistently made better movies, especially when you look at the late 90s with the Matthew Broderick movie. There was nothing. And then there's a new one with Bryan Cranston. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm to understand that it was a little bit of a letdown. Lots of people are like, oh, it's a pretty good Godzilla movie. But then again, what were you up against? You were up against this.
De-escalators!
Hurry!
Next question.
Okay.
In your estimation,
My estimation.
yes, which will be better? Kong versus Godzilla or the next Pacific Rim?
The next Pacific Rim. The next Pacific Rim is... Okay. Kong vs. Godzilla is going to sell more tickets. I am going to enjoy the next Pacific Rim way more. And I didn't like the first Pacific Rim. I did not. But I saw this promo. You've got John Boyega over here, which I love him anyway. And then, we're talking about how the first Pacific Rim, just opened up the floodgates and everything is going to be way worse. And what button do they put on that trailer? They've got 5 different Pacific Rim robots, and each one of them is a different color, and each one of them has a different weapon. And it's everything I ever wanted from Power Rangers. Every Ranger gets their own Megazord. And it's just going to be a knockdown, drag out, just completely exploitative, over the top, just explosion fest. And I cannot wait to shut my mind off for approximately 3 hours. That'll be fun for me.
So the next Pacific Rim is going to be better because you like Power Rangers?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I got.
You don't want me to talk about who's going to win the Godzilla versus King Kong fight?
Oh, I mean, you can.
Godzilla is going to win that fight.
Okay.
He's got nuclear breath. It's not even fire breath. He breathes nuclear.
Wait, would that risk possibly making Kong evolve rapidly?
I didn't even think about that.
Could.
That's not what happened to Tokyo.
Right. Those buildings did not evolve into monster buildings. Or did the humans evolve into giant humans?
They evolved into piles of ash.
That's generally what happens.
And sneakers. The sneakers are always left on top of the pile of ash.
Since we're talking about giant gorillas, what are your thoughts on the Rampage movie?
The Rampage movie, it looks like fun.
Yeah.
I love The Rock. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
They made it into a love story between Rock and his gorilla.
Rock?
The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson and his gorilla. His monkey friend.
Like a romance?
That's what it's starting to look like.
Starting to look like a crime scene. You can hear the siren?
Yeah. Yeah. Or more like a buddy cop movie.
No.
Yeah. It's George and The Rock.
Okay, who's Danny Glover? Which one's getting too old for this?
The Rock.
Okay. Which if you've got him, probably not gonna use it. If you got him in like a squad car, and like half of it's a normal squad car, and half of it is big enough for the 20-story gorilla, and like he sees like a purse snatcher, and it's like downtown Detroit. He's like, you know what happens every day? We need to focus on the call that we're on. And then the gorilla is very gung ho, and he's like, no, every crime's important. Boom, just explodes out of the car. It's not even drivable. He's spinning, and the camera's just following him. He's just like, I'm getting too old for this, because it happens every day. That's how he lost his last partner. Thank you so much for hanging out to the very end. Once again, I would urge you, if you like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you'll get all the notifications you need to see future things. But I also want to remind you that we are a crowd-funded channel. We use Patreon, and we absolutely love our patrons. If you want some details about what you can access through Patreon, go ahead and check the description. You'll find links there. Also, if you'd like to see some more videos, how about these bad boys? I don't know if Johnny is going to edit them in this arrangement. Probably not. It'll probably be an end card. Dizzy.